Hi, everybody. Captain Lou here with another Extravagant Few Minutes live here on the Captain Lou Sports Network on YouTube and, of course, on our Facebook page, which is the Captain Lou Extravaganza, and on X at The Real Captain Lou. Hey, we invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel to get all of our great programming, all of our Extravagant Few Minutes episodes live and archived, all of our Extravaganza episodes with yours truly and my tag team partner as well, Mitch Bernstein. We've got another great live show lined up for this coming Wednesday, 7 o'clock Eastern time. I'm sure Mitch will tell us what he thinks of the Eagles going for two, down 9. Was it right or wrong with 3 minutes to go in that game against the Bears? And of course, all of our ACHA Power Play episodes. Season 10 is rolling along. The road to St. Louis 2026 and the national championships. We got a great live show set up for you this Tuesday night for that as well. 7 o'clock Eastern time. So subscribe to our channel. That is the Captain Lou Sports Network. Hey, all of our programming, all of our Extravagant Few Minutes episodes are brought to you by the official secondary market of the Captain Lou Sports Network, and that is SeatGeek. Use the promo code Captain Lou right there in the bottom of the screen, and you get $20 off your purchase. It's that simple. There's a game you want to go to, an NFL game this weekend yet, or next weekend's conference championship games, go to SeatGeek. Use the promo code Captain Lou, and you'll get $20 off of that purchase. It's that simple. All right, happy Sunday, everybody. The Lane Kiffin watch continues. We'll get to that in a little bit. Yesterday, the big game, was totally dominated by Ohio State. The score wasn't even as close as the final. Ohio State led from pillar to post. Michigan had their chances early. They created the turnover they needed. They moved the ball early on Ohio State. But when you only get field goals, when you need touchdowns, and that Ohio State team, again, shut down really the whole offensive attack in the second half for Michigan. They made the adjustments, and Ohio State deserved it. I know as a Michigan fan, it was tough, not unexpected, but Ohio State clearly the dominant team in the Big Ten as they rolled Michigan 27-9 yesterday. And again, it wasn't even that close. And hats off to Ryan Day. I thought he handled everything at the end of the game with class, with humility, as he said. I got to give him my flowers. Ohio State definitely the best team in the Big Ten. It's going to be very interesting to see how that championship game goes next Saturday against Indiana. And, you know, both those teams are in it in the playoff. And really, I think both teams are going to get a first-round bye, even if one of them loses. But, well, one of them is going to lose, but I think they both will get an opening round bye. Just we'll see where they line up. So we'll keep an eye on that. And as we mentioned, Michigan clearly not at the elite level. And even if they were to win that game yesterday, I don't think they would have got into the college football playoff. But now we'll wait and see who does get in the college football playoff. And for Michigan, now they will await their bowl game opponent. And I got to tell you, it's probably going to be an SEC team. It could be Oklahoma. It could be Texas. Who knows? But if it's either one of those two teams, it could be LSU. And who knows? It could be Lane Kiffin coaching them. Wouldn't that be something? But I think whoever Michigan plays, they're going to have to turn it up a notch. They're going to have to take the training wheels off of Bryce Underwood, or they're going to get boat raced on New Year's Eve or New Year's Eve weekend or New Year's Day, whenever it is. But I don't look for Michigan winning that bowl game if they played like they did yesterday. Not taking anything away from Ohio State, but they've got a long ways to go unless they get healthy in a hurry. But it's going to be very interesting to see who they play in their bowl game coming up at the end of December. Michigan State, congratulations to them. The drought is over. They won in a half-empty Ford Field last night over Maryland, 38-28. Now the Jonathan Smith watch is on. Will he stay or will he go? Will we be playing the Clash song? Should he stay or should he go now? All week waiting for this announcement. Maybe it's later today. Who knows? But it's definitely an end to a very, very disappointing season for the Spartans and their fans and the coaching staff. Now the watch is on. Will we get a new coach in East Lansing? Will they part with him? Will they pay the buyout? A lot of questions waiting to be answered in East Lansing starting right now. If there's an announcement, we'll have it live and updated here on the network. But as of now, Jonathan Smith, still the coach of Michigan State. We'll see if and when they do make a change. All right. Chaos is going to reign supreme in college football. They've got the top, I wouldn't say the top three teams are pretty much set. Ohio State, Indiana, and Georgia. Even if they lose, if Georgia loses in the SEC championship game, I don't believe they deserve to be knocked out of the top four. It would be funny if they were. I think Ohio State, Indiana are locks. Here's the question that I have for the College Football Committee. What happens if Texas Tech were to lose to BYU in the championship game of the Big 12 next weekend? Could Oregon slide into that top four and we could have 3 Big 10 teams with automatic first-round byes? Wouldn't that be crazy? Indiana, Ohio State, and Oregon? And with Georgia right there as the lone SEC team, would the SEC and ESPN, with all their influence, would they allow that to happen? It would create utter chaos. I would laugh my ass off if that happened. There's a remote possibility, although I don't think it'll happen. They'll probably shift someone up there from the SEC. I don't know. If Lane Kiffin leaves Ole Miss, they probably won't. So that's where the chaos could set in. I think it would be hilarious if that were to happen, if we somehow got 3 Big 10 teams in the top 4 with first-round byes. Well, let's take a quick early look at the conference championship games for next week in the Power 4, if you will. Indiana and Ohio State, that's going to be at night. 8 o'clock, I think, is the kick for that one on Fox. Then you've got Alabama and Georgia. That's going to be a beauty of a matchup there. That's in the afternoon, I believe. Then you've got Texas Tech and BYU kicking things off on Saturday. And in the nightcap, along with the Big Ten championship, Duke and Virginia. Who on your bingo cards had that for the ACC championship game next weekend? And that's going to leave probably Miami out in the cold, even though they had a convincing win over Pitt yesterday, which is crazy because you got to bring in the Group of 5 champion, which is probably going to be Tulane. Who knows with that? But with Notre Dame, their victory over Miami, that's going to create controversy. But let's face it, Notre Dame gets the benefit from name recognition. Bottom line. I know they had a big win. It's I don't know. I go back and forth on it, but it's, Notre Dame's going to be in. They're not going to leave them out. But Miami, I think, is going to be on the outside looking in. But it's crazy. Who's going to get? Are we going to get 2 Big 12 teams in? Is BYU going to get in, even if they lose to Texas Tech in the championship game? I don't know. I don't think so. So it looks like we're going to have probably 5 SEC teams. We're going to have 3 Big 10 teams. Who knows? It's going to be very interesting to see what happens with the college football playoffs. But again, can't wait to see it. The current lines on that, by the way, Texas Tech in those championship games. Texas Tech is 11.5-point favorite over BYU. Ohio State is a 5.5-point favorite over Indiana. Georgia, only a 1.5-point favorite over Alabama. I think Georgia's going to win that one. And Virginia is just a 2.5-point favorite over Duke. I'm not putting anything past Duke. Virginia's looking pretty good, but I don't know. We'll have to wait and see on that. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, a lackluster day in the NFL, but we still have 2 Presley parlays for you. And also, we'll talk a little bit about Lane Kiffin and the Clown Show. That is him. We'll be right back with more right here on An Extravagant Few Minutes on the Captain Lou Sports Network. Hi, everybody. Captain Lou here. Hey, is there a ball game you want to go to last minute? How about the Spartans at Spartan Stadium? Go to the Big House to watch the Wolverines. Is there an NFL game you want to go to? Lambeau Field, Ford Field, wherever, Baltimore. How about the Tigers for the pennant drive? Well, go to SeatGeek. Get those tickets there. Use the promo code Captain Lou right on the screen, and you'll get $20 off of your purchase. It's that simple. So go to the Spartan game. Go to the Big House. But use the promo code Captain Lou at SeatGeek, and you'll be all set. Welcome back, everybody, to An Extravagant Few Minutes live here on the Captain Lou Sports Network. As we mentioned, a lackluster day today for NFL football. The big games were on Thursday and Friday with the Lions and the Packers with a big NFC matchup, an NFC North matchup, and, of course, Kansas City and Dallas and Chicago and Philadelphia. Here's the lineup of the games today, and we're going to see how many of you are really going to watch a lot of these games. San Francisco at Cleveland. Jaguars at Titans. Okay. Texans at Colts. You've got the Saints and the Dolphins. Falcons and the Jets. The Cardinals and the Buccaneers. The Rams and the Panthers. Really? This is the 1 o'clock window. The 4:05 window, the Vikings and the Seahawks with a backup quarterback, and Buffalo and Pittsburgh. Maybe that might be the pick of the day, because you've got the Raiders and the Chargers, unless you're a diehard AFC West fan. The Broncos and the Commanders, that's tonight's game. And then the Giants and the Patriots on Monday Night Football. Oh, boy, Joe and Troy got a humdinger of a game there tomorrow night on Monday Night Football. So, yes, indeed, a lackluster Sunday in the NFL. With that being said, Presley, the Wonder Dog, said she's got a couple of parlays for you, a couple of teasers. We had a pretty good day yesterday, as we were 4 out of 5 on our picks yesterday. Presley, the Wonder Dogs, teaser parlay number 1. It's a 13-point monster teaser parlay, all over-unders. Take the over, as it's knocked down with the San Francisco-Cleveland game to 22.5. How about Atlanta and the New York Jets? Go over 25.5. LA Rams and Carolina, that's going to be the big one. They got to get over 31.5 between them. And finally, Jacksonville, Tennessee, over 29.5. This is the one I'm worried about, but I think all 4 of those can get over that, and it's minus 140. That's a 4-team monster 13-point teaser parlay. For the 4 o'clock window, we've got a 10-point teaser parlay for you. Take Seattle, knocked down to minus 1.5 at home over Minnesota. Take the Chargers now, money line. It's a 10-point regular spread. Money line at home against the Raiders. And Buffalo, they're a 3-point dog, or a 3-point favorite, rather, at Pittsburgh. With the points, you're now a 7-point underdog at Pittsburgh against the Steelers. So those are our 2 teaser parlays. That last one is minus 120. All right, finally here this afternoon or this morning, whenever you're watching us right now, the Lane Kiffin Clown Show and Circus continues, as now the meeting with the team and then the press conference is pushed back until the afternoon. So much back and forth going on about it right now. Marty McGee is looking like, I don't know, everybody's praising him for the work he's doing. The Lane Kiffin drama just will not end. And again, I said it yesterday and I'll say it again. For those of you that feel sorry for him, that think that he should coach in the playoff for Ole Miss, I think you're absolutely crazy. His heart's not in it. And Lane Kiffin is reportedly holding Ole Miss hostage, saying that if he isn't allowed to coach the playoff, then he's going to take his coaches with him and his players with him right away. He's going to tell his players to come with him. Why would they do that? And again, his true colors are coming out. I hope if the stories aren't true, this is what it is. And it maybe, who knows what's going to happen. But for anybody that feels sorry for Lane Kiffin, look at his history, is all I'm going to say. He's done this everywhere he went. Now he's trying to portray himself out as the good guy here. He's got ESPN, Kirk Herbstreit, Nick Saban in his back pocket. Coincidentally, they're all represented by Jimmy Sexton. What does that tell you? And so I'm sorry. Don't feel sorry for Lane Kiffin. To quote Bo Schembechler, the late, great Bo Schembechler, paraphrasing him, Ole Miss needs to be coached by an Ole Miss guy. If Lane Kiffin decides to go to LSU this afternoon, don't let the door hit him in the ass on the way out. Good luck to you. And again, I ask, what has he ever won of consequence? I'm waiting. All right, that's going to do it, everybody, for an Extravagant Few Minutes episode. I want to thank everybody that joined us here on the network via your computer, your iPhone, however you watched us around the world on the Captain Lou Sports Network. If anything breaks with Lane Kiffin or with Jonathan Smith here in East Lansing, we'll be back on later on today for an update. Until then, Captain Lou saying keep your heads up, keep your sticks down, keep your feet moving, and as always, keep your minds open. Be safe today. We'll see you soon here on the Captain Lou Sports Network. So long.